All right, good morning to you. Folks, you have tuned in at exactly the right time because it's the high point of our work week. And if you are looking for the area's only live local talk and entertainment show, guess what? You found us. I'm Bill Bevins, and Amy Lacey and I are so proud to be the host of this very special show. Good morning, Amy.
Hey, good morning, Mr. B. It's so good to be here this morning with you and with all of you at home. We have made it to the midpoint of the week. Can you even believe that this is the last week in September?
Yikes.
This month has gone by in a flash. And here's something that will kind of hit you a little bit.
Okay.
We're only 91 days until Christmas. So,
Amy.
well, you know, at the stores, Halloween already started from about July 4th. So, you know, the Christmas items are already out.
We haven't even overdosed on pumpkin spice yet.
We have not, but, you know, maybe start shopping. Things have gotten a little more expensive at the stores. It's good to kind of pace yourself instead of waiting until the end.
Yes, dear.
You know, that is my idea for life today.
Okie dokie.
That is the key to a good life today.
Absolutely, you're always right.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to record that and play it all the time.
I'm a quick learner. All right, now here's a look at a few of the highlights that you're going to enjoy on today's live show. The next fun holiday on the calendar actually is Halloween. Yeah, there we go. I got it right. Now you have a chance to make your own creative spooktacular wreaths. Our friends from the Strawberry Fields Flowers and Finds are here hosting a workshop, and you are invited. Erin, not Gabby.
Gaby
is here with us, and we are so excited to have a tutorial coming up a little bit later in the show.
What a great way to get ready for the holiday. Also in October, it is recognized as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we know that early detection is key. Chrissy Wingfield is hosting a Bowl for the Cure fundraiser. She will share why this inaugural event is so near and dear to her. Our conversation is coming up in our second half hour.
And our friends, registered dietitian and nutritionist Callie Yakubishkin, I got it right. Callie, it's Callie, is here from the Dairy Alliance, and she's going to talk about the importance of nutrition in the first 1,000 days of life, pregnancy, and into the toddler stage even. Our conversation is coming up a little bit later on in today's show.
Now, of course, here's the time of the show when we get a check of the local forecast with CBS 6 meteorologist Tom Patton.
Tom, 4th of July is just around the corner.
Yeah, it is, you know.
Gosh, you would think so.
Also, Labor Day again, even though we just had it.
You know, the way Halloween anymore is celebrated, we've been talking about Halloween since late August.
I think, Tom, it was around July 4th I started going to the store and I would see the big bags of candy and the big pumpkins and the skeletons and everything else. It gets earlier and earlier every year.
It does, so you may as well just start. You're right. Let's celebrate the 4th of July now. Let's get it over with.
Let's do it.
Right. Well, happy to see you guys. Bill, did you drive in any rain this morning on your way in?
There was rain. I'm not driving this week. I'm being chauffeured because of the thingy. But yeah, so chauffeured, yeah. Yeah.
I see the stretch out here. I didn't know that was yours.
The stretch Prius.
Yeah, the stretch Prius.
Yeah, it's out there. No,
yes.
There was rain on the way in.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. Well, you know, maybe you got a chance to take a little snooze then. I'm not sure. But all right, let's show you what's going on now. We had a couple rounds of rain overnight, more this morning. There's still some showery weather out there now, a good thick cloud cover otherwise. And right now on me, it's just a very light, kind of spitting some rain here. 69 degrees right now at the airport. It's been a slow climb. That's what you get in this environment. But we may eventually, as that wind turns and becomes more southeasterly, we may get a bit of a southerly flow of air, which is why we're thinking we could hit 80 today. How about that? Wouldn't that be okay, even though there'll be a lot of clouds yet? All right, this morning shower's fading now. You can still see a couple pockets of some heavier showers down to the south and southwest. So the chance for rain isn't over yet, but it's fading, which is good. But outside of that, there I go, in and out. That little heavier shower down around Keysville, moving toward Prince Edward. Some of that's going to drift northward yet, so we still have the chance for showers in, probably through late morning. This is Florida, of course, Georgia, parts of South Carolina, all under either hurricane watch, hurricane warning, tropical storm watch, tropical storm warnings. And these are right into tomorrow and tomorrow night, and maybe even into early Friday. This is Tropical Storm Helene, likely becoming a hurricane shortly. And it'll quickly become a Category 2 and then a major, which is a 3+, and that's how it'll likely make landfall tomorrow. Weaken, but still bring some strong rain to parts of Georgia. And then it's going to kind of meet up with an existing low and become what's called a cutoff low, which means it's not going to have anything to push it along. So it's just going to kind of spin out there in the middle of the country for a couple of days. Here's what it means for us. Today, a little drizzle yet, maybe a passing shower. After this next batch kind of clears us. And then tonight, kind of the same deal, maybe an evening shower, and better chances are going to be out toward the Shenandoah Valley, Blue Ridge area. They need rain the most, so good for them. And then for us tomorrow, a lot of clouds lingering and maybe a spotty shower tomorrow. Our rain chances go way down tomorrow. But then Friday, this is our first effect from Helene. We'll probably get a pretty good band of rain coming up, maybe even some strong thunderstorms with this. This will be late morning, right into the afternoon on Friday. And then we'll get some bouts of rain probably right into Friday night. So there you go. And there is a marginal risk for severe weather. That's around Petersburg and southward. Again, this is probably any time from late morning through the afternoon hours of Friday. And that'll be from Helene, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. Today I left in a raindrop. Could see a little drizzle or a passing shower yet. Again, there's some showers to our south. I'm talking about once those move through for the remainder of the day, probably from around 10 o'clock on. Tomorrow, just a slight chance, and then Fridays when we're tracking the remnants of Helene. And we could have still a little unsettled weather, so we'll leave in a chance for shower probably later Saturday and Sunday again. So there you go. All righty, that's it. Oh, we could use a little sunshine, can't we? Virginia This Morning will continue right after this.
Hello, sunshine. We're making our own today. Welcome to our live show, Virginia This Morning. We thank you for watching Virginia This Morning each and every weekday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. right here on CBS 6. Amy, Lacey, and I always look forward to being with you and bringing you some of the very best of what Central Virginia has to offer. I'm Bill Bevins.
I love what you said today. We're bringing our own sunshine.
Yeah.
A little overcast today, but that does not matter here. It is great to be a part of a show that focuses on community events, trending topics, and so much more. Of course, we want to get started today on this Wednesday.
All right, folks, it is customary for us to do a little recap of some of the highlights that you're going to see on our show.
Registered dietitian and nutritionist Callie Yakubishin from the Dairy Alliance is here to talk about the importance of nutrition, the first 1,000 days of life.
And Erin
Gaby
is here from Strawberry Fields and Flowers and Finds. And she's going to tell us about the upcoming Halloween wreath workshop. She will put us to work, and that's still to come on our live show. Can't wait for that.
Remember, Broadway in Richmond, Altria Theater, and the City of Richmond Parks and Rec Department are hosting what's called the corniest fall festival ever on Saturday, October 5th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's all happening at Monroe Park.
All right, folks, we asked you to submit your favorite cornbread recipes for the chance to be featured on our live show and to make your winning recipe.
Yeah, we told you that we would announce the finalists today.
All right.
These 5 viewers will share their recipes at the festival, and the winner will be crowned the cornbread champion. How's that? Yay! We want to say congratulations to Sandra Smith, Teresa Lee, Lisa Farnham, Chef Kendra Davey, and Tammy Mosby. Good luck to you on October 5th. And we look forward to meeting the winner and can't wait to taste your award-winning recipe on our live show sometime in the near future.
All right, folks, now we're switching gears. Here's something to put on your calendar. Making strides against breast cancer is a celebration of courage and hope. This now competitive walk has collectively grown into the nation's largest and most impactful breast cancer movement. It provides a supportive community for our courageous breast cancer survivors, caregivers, and their families.
This year, the Making Strides event is coming up on October 19th at Moreau Park. It is non-competitive, and CBS 6 anchor Reba Hollingsworth is once again the event MC.
Reba will be live on Virginia This Morning to talk about the event next Friday, October 4th. Our live show will return in less than 3 minutes. Welcome back. Over the years, we've featured several shows presented by the Virginia Repertory Theater.
Their current production, Misery, is on stage through this Sunday at the November Theater. And of course, some theaters across the country are still trying to recover from the pandemic, including Virginia Repertory Theater. Joining us this morning is Klaus Schuler, the managing director. Welcome to Virginia This Morning, and welcome to Richmond. You're just here 8 weeks now.
Yeah, but we are falling in love with it a little bit more every single day.
That is wonderful, because, you know, this is a time for theaters that there is still very much a state of recovery happening from COVID-19.
It's very true. I mean, theaters around the country are seeing audiences are slow to come back. And I get it. You know, we've all become very fond of our couch over the last few years. But we really need to get people back out to the theater and experience that the beautiful joy of being in live theater.
So, you're right. The pandemic obviously has affected the theater, affected everybody, but coming out to the theater can be scary at times, you know. It's like, but there's this definite heartbeat that happens of culture in every town, in every city, and we need to be able to figure out some way to bring it back, because some of these theaters aren't making it.
It's true. We did all get a little bit of a rescue from the federal government during COVID-19 through the SVOG program, of which we were, you know, tremendously grateful. But that sort of stopped the bleeding in that moment. You know, since then, theaters have still struggled to recoup their audiences. You know, we're down 40% in attendance from pre-pandemic. And while we are growing year over year, I see it as probably still 5 more years before we're really back to the healthy state that theaters need to be in to survive.
There's just something so magical about live theater. You go there, you see it. I mean, it's happening live in front of you, and that art's, it's just so special. I know that you have some plans in place that you're going to bring the Virginia Rep back to pre-pandemic times. Is there anything that you can share with us about what you want to do and how folks out there can help make that happen?
Absolutely. We came out with an appeal just a few days ago asking people for support during this time. As you said, I'm new to Richmond, and when I got here, it became clear to me how dire the situation really was, and we were faced with a stark choice. Either raise the money to give us time to fix some structural and institutional problems, you know, sort of rethink ourselves, right-size ourselves for the future, or else we'd have to close our doors. So we put this appeal out there, and I've been overwhelmed by the response. People have come, over 700 different donors have come, from $5 to $25,000. 75% of them had never given to the theater before. So that outpouring of, you know, love and hope and respect for the theater that has come in this moment has been, you know, really humbling and really overwhelming.
So you've got a great show, Misery, that's
We do.
in the final days right now, and obviously the folks who saw the movie know that story. And let's talk, Rick Hammerly
Yes, Hammerly.
is the artistic director. Is he new as well, or that sounds familiar?
He has been with the organization for a couple of years,
Yeah.
but he just joined me 8 weeks ago when I arrived as co-leaders of the organization. So we're now managing director and artistic director, and Rick did a fabulous job directing Misery. Please go if you get the chance. It's not the movie, it's not the book, it's the same story essentially, but it's an intimate experience where you experience these characters alone in this cabin and all the suspenseful things that happened during that time.
Amy mentioned, you know, if you go to the theater, not like I'm trying to sell theater, everybody that's been knows, you actually feel
You feel it.
Yeah, it's not like, you know, it's like you're not hearing it, you're feeling it. And that's a big difference, isn't it?
And we do a particularly good job of that in Misery. You really feel like you're alone in the cabin with these people, and you see people sometimes like will suddenly vocalize like, "Oh no," because they feel this incredible connection to the actors.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It's not like any other medium. Being in a live theater with shoulder to shoulder with your peers and experiencing that together in the moment is a feeling of community and a feeling of entertainment and all of the wonderful things about the live arts.
Well, it's wonderful that we can make this appeal and we can be a part of that with you to get folks back in those seats, because it really is a win-win for everyone. It's a win for the theater, and it is a win for the theater goer to have that experience. I've often found that whenever you see a live performance, it stays with you for a while compared to if you're going to a traditional movie or watching TV.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. It's a very different kind of experience. It's not a disposable experience. As you say, it hangs with you. You remember the people. You know, you'll be seeing actors in this play in Misery that you may have seen in a musical or in another role, you know, here in Richmond, and it's a complete turnaround, and you will not forget it. Trust me.
Obviously, that's the point, is that you don't forget it. Well, we don't want you to forget about our friends at the Rep, and want to get you involved and help them out. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you so much. SaveTheRep.org. Join us there.
That's some great information, and there are still seats available for Misery, now on stage at the Virginia Repertory Theater. That's 114 West Broad Street in Richmond. For more information, visit virginiarep.org or call 804-783-1688.
SaveTheRep.org. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Of course, we all know that one person has the power to make a difference. Our next guest wants to invite you to Bowl for the Cure. This inaugural event aims to bring attention to breast cancer awareness. And here to tell us all about it and to share her personal story is Chrissy Wingfield. Welcome to Virginia this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Tell us about your personal experience. What prompted you to start this kind of an event?
So the biggest part is I'm a survivor of breast cancer myself, and I just want to spread awareness. There's so many women out there that just, you know, don't know what to do, especially when they have a family history. That's the biggest thing. They have a family history, and just trying to get out there and kind of figure out what to do with trying to find out, going to the doctor, and just knowing what to do, how to do their monthly checks and that sort of thing.
It is so critical. Before coming to Virginia this morning, I worked in the cancer space and public relations, and you know, I heard these stories each and every day from survivors that while you're going through this journey, you are really, really thinking of those that came before you who made it possible for you to be here today and to give back. During your journey, is this the kind of idea that came to your mind for this event, that you wanted to make sure that you carried it on and were able to do something after the fact?
Absolutely. It really is passionate to me. I feel like I'm, you know, getting through it myself. I got through it myself, but then I wanted to, you know, get through it and share that with others, you know, share that passion with others so that they can feel hope and be able to get through it themselves too, that are out there. Some people, it's hard for them. It's a hard battle to get through, and you can do it. It's just you got to have that support in doing it.
Well, what is this event, Bowl for a Cure? What is this, and where did that thought come from?
So I'm a bowler. I love bowling. My husband and I met bowling,
Love
actually. So 20 years ago, we met at a bowling alley where I was working, and we've been together ever since, and we bowl ourselves. We love to do it. And so that's what we decided to do, was to put together like a fundraiser for bowling. And I'm going to do this every year. I'm going to do a fundraiser every year. It's going to be at Bowl America Southwest on Hull Street. And everyone can come, and we're going to raise funds for Susan G. Komen. That's where all the funds are going to go to. So all the proceeds for the event are going to go to Susan G. Komen.
Well, that's wonderful. As you are talking to folks out there, many of whom are survivors themselves,
Yes.
Why would you encourage them to come to this type of an event or to start something else in their own community?
I think the biggest thing is the support. A lot of people, I think myself, I was at home and just so scared. Scared for my life, scared for my children to not have me. And, it's hard to get out. It's hard to understand that there is hope. If you just really have to know, not only find the strength to get through it, but also know the opportunities that you have out there, and find those opportunities. Be your own advocate when you're going through that battle. I'm a huge believer on that. When you're going to your doctor's appointments, when you're going out there to seek care, be your own advocate. Don't always go through your doctor's appointments and just listen to what they do. You've got to do your research. You've got to listen to your stomach, your tummy, your head, whatever that may be when you're in that appointment. Because most of the time, if you don't do that, you might just push everything aside and your gut might be telling you something different, and just listen to it. If you feel fear and you want to get that mammogram because you have a family history, but your insurance is fighting against it, get your doctor involved. Make sure they're fighting for you, especially if, like, I have talked to so many women out there. I run across them that have a family history, and like their mom or aunt, for that matter, have breast cancer, and they don't think that they can go to their OBGYN and explain that and then go and get a mammogram and have insurance cover it. They can. It might take a little bit more work. It might take a little bit more of their insurance and the doctor working together, but it's a possibility. I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but it's a possibility that they can get that mammogram approved through their insurance.
What is so important, as you said, advocate, advocate, advocate for yourself.
Absolutely.
And thank you for coming in today, showing us that when you even say the word cancer, it's not even just about surviving. It's possible to be thriving after.
Yes.
And I loved meeting you today and being inspired by your journey.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing it to Virginia this morning.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
And come on out and bowl for the cure. Enjoy an afternoon of bowling, and you have a chance to win some prizes too. Mark your calendar. This is all happening on Saturday, October 19th at Bowl America Southwest, located at 11532 Hull Street Road in Midlothian, Virginia. Registration is at 1 p.m. and bowling starts at 2 p.m. And of course, proceeds do benefit Susan G. Komen for the cure. Mr. B, this is going to be a great event, and I'll send it over to you for another event to put on the calendar.
This segment is sponsored by the Festival of India.
Alrighty, everybody knows there are many festivals and events in our community, and you can come out and enjoy whichever one you like. We want to tell you this morning about the Festival of India that's coming up this weekend. Here to tell us more is Raji Rangan and Chaya Mehta. And thank you, ladies, for coming in. Appreciate you. I mentioned before we came on, I've been to the festival several times. It is beautiful. It's wonderful to watch. It's wonderful to be in that community. And obviously, I know you're very proud of it. Let's talk a little. Well, first of all, both of you look beautiful today. This is really nice.
Thank you.
Are these traditional outfits that you're wearing?
Yes.
Yes.
We are wearing a sari. And
A 6-yard material.
yeah, it's just 6 yards of material that you wrap around yourself and drape it beautifully, and looks very elegant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you said it's just 6 yards that you wrap around. I can wrap 6 yards around myself. I never looked that good. So very nice. Let's talk a little bit about this. What you're bringing this year. Anything special?
Well, let me tell you that this is more than 40 years. The first festival started in 1981.
Wow.
And it was done in a church. And now we're in Convention Center.
Very nice.
And last year there were more than 18,000 people that came to our show.
And that first one in the church, maybe 100 or a couple of hundred.
1,500 people still showed up.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
Well, and obviously the Indian community in Central Virginia is growing, and
Absolutely.
obviously a big part of our community too. But some folks have not experienced any of this. So when they do come, they're going to find some very unique things. Can we explain what they will find for folks who have no experience in this?
So the first thing is the amount of food that is sold there,
Yes.
right? Everything is done by volunteers. and volunteers cook the food and donate it. The restaurants donate the food, and the volunteers sell the food, so you get beautiful food. Another thing is a lot of people come there to purchase jewelry,
Yes.
purchase garments, saris, many things. There's even a vendor who comes and sells artifacts, wooden carvings, wooden room dividers, and things like that. So it truly is a small version of India.
Yes.
For 2 days. So you have it on Saturday and Sunday, where you can go in there and just watch the fun. There is no cost to entrance. The cost is only when you buy food. There are tickets sold there, and everybody lines up. You can buy a bunch of tickets, go to the different booths, get whatever food you like. And then if you like to purchase any of the things that are sold there, you can buy it right there.
All right, I mentioned I've been, but it's been a while. When I went, you could eat the food there. Can we buy food to eat there and buy food to take home as well?
Yes.
Okay.
There are tables set up in the center of the convention center.
That's why I go, by the way, for the food.
The tables are set up where you purchase the food from the different booths and you take it there and sit and eat. The main attraction for us and others is
the cultural program.
Yes, the cultural show.
Yeah.
So you have from kids to adults, everybody performing. And the show starts at 11 in the morning and goes on till 8 at night. So everybody is asked to write up a little bit about their event and then submit it to the committee, and then they do it. So this,
Well,
Believe
we're
it or
almost out of
not.
time. Before we go ahead.
We as adults, we are senior citizens, and we will be performing dance there.
Yes.
And please come Saturday and Sunday. We would love everybody to come and
Yes.
enjoy our culture. It is just going to be beautiful.
Well, beautiful would be the word I would use.
Yes.
And that absolutely the wear you're wearing today, and obviously it's much bigger than that. Thank you both for coming in. Thank you.
Thank
for joining
you.
us
Thank you for having
at
us.
the Convention Center. The Festival of India is September 28th from 11 until 9 p.m. and on September 29th from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. at the Greater Richmond Convention Center, which is at 403 North 3rd Street in Richmond. For more information, give them a call, 804-346-9955, or visit festivalofindia.org. The organization's address is 6051 Springfield Road in Glen Allen. Amy, sending it over to you.
All right, thank you, Bill. Our parent company, the EW Scripps Company, is proud of the work that we do to promote positive initiatives that help our communities. One of them is the Scripps Howard Fund, which believes giving children books can open up creativity and their imaginations and can take them to new heights. This is part of the If You Give a Child a Book campaign, and it is still underway. You still have time to make a difference in the lives of children in our area. If you would like to make a donation, just scan that QR code you see on your screen right now. And of course, we want to say thank you for your support. VCU Massey Comprehensive Cancer Center is celebrating 50 years as a leader in cancer research, innovation, and patient-centered care. And CBS 6 is helping to recognize this tremendous milestone. Join me as I host VCU Massey 50 Years of Unwavering Care, a look at the past, present, and future of the center and its impacts on the community. This airs October 3rd at 7:30 p.m. right here on CBS 6. And stay with us. We have more Virginia This Morning for you right after the break.
This segment is sponsored by Strawberry Fields Flowers and Vines.
There are just 36 days until Halloween and plenty of time to make some decorations. Maybe I'll get a new mustache. Or maybe a wreath would be a better idea.
Our great friend Strawberry Fields Flowers and Vines supplies the flowers on our show, and we are delighted to have Erin Gavey on this morning to talk about their upcoming Spooky Halloween Wreath Workshop and to show us how to make a masterpiece. Hi, it's great to have you here.
Thank you so much. So we are hosting a Spooky Halloween workshop on Thursday, October 3rd. So sign up on our website. We'll be starting at 6 p.m.
That's a week from tomorrow.
Week from tomorrow, correct. So what we're going to start with is a grapevine wreath.
And you can find this in a craft store.
Absolutely. We will be providing these for you, though. So you
All right,
just...
you mentioned that, and you say you will be providing.
Yes.
Are there things that we should bring ourselves that we want? Maybe we've got something we've used around every Halloween that's kind of a family thingy?
Sure, yes. You can bring twinkling lights, bats, spider webs, you know, anything that you want to spruce up.
But you will provide this.
We'll have the wreath form. We'll have dried flowers. This is straw flower here. We'll have these pumpkin ornaments.
Fun.
And then any of these feathers and fun stuff you see here will all be provided as well.
Fantastic. So you can really make it your own.
Make it your own, absolutely. There's some Spanish moss you can drape and
the creepy spiders, always a hit with the kids.
I see a little spider and raising a big spider.
So yes, you can bring anything, any big forms like this, and we'll just attach them. So let's actually just start with this one.
Sure.
And we can just attach him on here.
Well, that was easy.
Is that a good way to get started, is maybe find the big focal point that you want to have and start with that?
Yeah, and then what's, you know, if you want it symmetrical or asymmetrical, it's yours, so be creative. So we'll start there, and then what should we?
I mean, I kind of do like the bats as well.
Okay.
Like, we can do that, and I see, is this a glue gun that you have?
It is.
Okay.
Oh, watch out.
We'll have hot glue guns
Amy's got a
and
glue
some
gun.
other.
It gets real when the glue gun comes out.
That's correct. So we can just add maybe him right there.
Looks great.
Let's see, what else? These are fun. So we get these feathers and kind of just...
So when folks come in and join the workshop, if they're like me and don't have a clue, you and your staff will be helping?
Yes, we will. We will be there to supervise and give some tips.
I was thinking that maybe we could add a little bit of color. Some of this orange, I think, would look really pretty up there now.
And these are billy balls.
Yeah.
So this is dried flower as well.
Are these all flowers from your store?
Some of them. So we do have the billy balls in the shop that we put in arrangements, obviously not the dried ones, fresh ones. And then a straw flower as well when it comes in local during the summer times. It's really pretty to add to arrangements.
Looks really pretty.
And these with this, we might want to just cut it a little bit. So it, you know. But this is...
You can go any way you want with this. I mean, if you want to make it spooky and scary, you can. If you want to make it beautiful and lovely, you can do that as well.
Absolutely. And if you want to perhaps put like a spider web on it and then take it off, it can transition into a fall wreath.
I've done that before too, because you kind of get to enjoy it for the whole season. You put your heart into it to make it, and then you can have it stick around for a little bit of time.
Absolutely.
I think we need a spider.
Definitely
here
need
too,
spiders.
because you know what? Maybe the real spiders will then come to it.
So this is a really good opportunity to bring get some friends together and come into the shop. Make it a party, yes.
So
we like to have a good time.
When you do this and you help people assemble this, I'm guessing that people do this and maybe this becomes kind of a thing that they want to do in the future, and they tell their friends, and obviously it grows. So like you said, if you have some girlfriends or maybe a husband and wife want to come in and do this together, it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. The workshop will usually run about an hour and a half, so you can still, it's quick.
How is it for kids too? Is there an age limit that you would recommend?
Not necessarily. I mean, we will be working with glue, but if a parent wanted to bring a kid or a child, I don't see why not.
Yeah. Just supervise, of course.
Yes, supervise, of course, but I mean, it's
Help
like
with
you
the
do
glue
with
gun.
me.
Absolutely, and we get through 1 hour every day.
This is a fun workshop coming up. There's also some other workshops. If you just take a look at our website, Strawberry Fields, Flowers and Finds, you can find some Thanksgiving and Christmas ones coming up as well.
So Erin, these little pretty flowers, how do you get are those glued on?
Yes, we can glue those on.
Okay.
Okay, you want some straw
Yeah, I'll
flowers?
let you do that, yeah.
Let's put a little
Build a work
here.
here
These
today.
are straw?
Yes.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yes, very neat. So we can just layer these in here. It's yours to do with what you want.
Those are pretty. Yeah, I like that.
The color.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned that you have the Thanksgiving and the Christmas ones coming up, and I guess you're always looking ahead the next couple of months. You're always getting things on the calendar, so it's a great, what is your website, just so people can keep an eye on that in case that maybe they can't come out for this one, but they can come out for many, many more down the road.
Sure, so strawberryfieldsflowersandfinds.com. You can find seasonal arrangements on there, and then you can also find our workshops.
People always tell me when I'm out, they say, you know, you always have such beautiful flowers on the set with you every day. That's you, isn't it?
That is us.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. It does make a difference to have nice flowers every day, and of course, that's what you do every single day.
I want to see this final product, this finished product that
she
you
had one
have
that
here.
she put together.
Yes, so it's got the crows on
Whoa.
it, more feathers. So this is kind of what we're going for here.
That is beautiful.
Very full.
And will you have ribbons out there too
Yes.
to help folks customize to their liking?
Absolutely.
Erin, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Great.
We want to remind you, because this is a lot of fun, the Spooky Halloween Wreath Workshop is October 3rd at 6 p.m. There are still some spots left. It's happening at the shop located at 423 Strawberry Street, right in Richmond. For more information, give them a call at 804-213-0232 or visit them again online at the website. Here it is, strawberryfieldsflowersandfinds.com. You can find them on social media too at Strawberry Fields RVA.
All right, folks, coming up after the break, we'll jump over to our triplex area there with the registered dietitian, Kelly Yakubishkin. I got it close. Thank you, Kelly. And we're going to talk about the importance of nutrition during the first 1,000 days of life. Thank you for staying with us through the break.
As parents and caregivers, we want to support our children and set them up for success in life. Our friend of the show, Callie Yakubishkin, is a registered nutritionist and dietitian, and she's with the Dairy Alliance. She joins us to share how dairy foods fit into the healthy diet for kids. Hi, Callie.
Hello, good morning, how are you?
It's
So we're
great
going
to
to talk
see
about new moms and moms-to-be and how that, obviously, that first 1,000 days, super important.
That's right.
And even before the baby arrives, important for mom to get
That's
ready.
right, yeah. So if you think about, let's thinking about brain health. So during pregnancy, we know that specifically the American Academy of Pediatrics has identified 14 key nutrients that are important for brain development. Can you guess what food group provides 7 of those 14 nutrients?
I'm thinking maybe it's dairy.
Ding, ding, ding! That's right. So dairy foods provide 7 of those 14 nutrients, including iodine and vitamin B12. And so specifically, if you look at iodine, needs during pregnancy are 50% higher. And if you're thinking about sources, milk provides 1 serving, almost 40% of the needs during pregnancy. So I brought some fun ideas of just thinking about how can we just naturally incorporate more milk into our diet. You know, not everyone wants to drink a glass of milk, although that's great too. So I made oatmeal. I do that a lot. So I was like, what can I do that isn't oatmeal? So this is a rice porridge recipe.
It looks great.
You can find it on our website. It's kind of a savory breakfast bowl with a brown rice, and you add milk to it afterwards. And then thinking about just when you're making soups, it calls add milk or water. Opt for that milk.
Yeah.
You know, if you do like a tomato basil recipe, something like that. So that's kind of starting off when you think about brain health during pregnancy. Iodine is one of those key nutrients that people are talking about more, and milk, along with things like cod, are a good source of that for sure.
Callie, can I back you up just a little bit?
Yes.
This bowl here?
Yeah.
You called it porridge.
Like a rice porridge, yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing anymore. I thought
You know
that
what,
was
let's
just a
make it
fairy
cool
tale.
again, right? No.
Bringing porridge back.
Yes, yes.
What is this here? What
It's
is-
like a little chicken sausage to add some more of that
okay.
flavor, and then it's got an egg and a little bit of spinach. Obviously, we want to see that color on the dish as well. So something different. I thought about making oatmeal, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do that again.
But that looks like it could be
Rice.
a breakfast, lunch,
Yeah.
or a dinner. It looks really great, or
Yeah.
a grab and go kind of a
For
meal
sure.
too that you could eat at the office, like we often do in our daily lives.
That's right, that's right.
You know, I have to say too that when I was pregnant, I ate the best I had ever eaten in my life. I was very, very thoughtful about what I was putting into my body. So while this is for the first 1,000 days of life for the mom to be, and then into the toddler years for the child, this is something that folks can be eating like this all the time.
For sure.
I know I try to. It's hard, but this is some great ideas.
Yeah, so thinking, okay, going beyond pregnancy, thinking about, what do you think about when you think about dairy foods?
Dairy foods?
Yeah, do you think about bone health?
I do think about bone health as I'm aging each and every day.
That's right. So building those healthy habits in childhood is important because it can literally make or break a lifetime of bone health, pun intended.
Yeah.
When we think about bone health, think about it as like a bone bank. When you have kids, they are putting money into their bone bank when they're consuming those important nutrients and that they use later on in life. And so the more we can build that bone mass early on, the less risk of things like osteoporosis and related injuries. So it's no secret dairy foods provide a lot of those bone building nutrients like calcium, protein, vitamin D. So I brought a fun activity because we know that we can talk about nutrients and we can serve them to our kids, but we can't force them to eat them.
That's right.
So it's important to also talk about how do we make it fun for them.
Yeah.
So this is a fun activity. I thought you guys can make your own little kids charcuterie boards.
Please, let's do it.
So we've got some toothpicks here and you can build your own what you like.
Have a little ghost there.
We've got some ghosts and some bats. So we've got cheese here. This is a great yogurt peanut butter dip that my kids love. And it's made with like cinnamon, so it's really fun like this time of year especially. It's great with apples dipped in it. You know, and this is just a great way to get kids a little bit more invested. Maybe you put things in this tray that you know they like. Maybe you put things that they haven't seen. She wants that veggie.
Well, you know, I told you too that I discovered this putting foods in a muffin tin during COVID for my daughter because she loved to have sort of that smorgasbord that she was in charge of. She could make her own plate out of anything that was there. So it kind of creates that independence too that kids a lot, especially those toddlers, are craving.
For sure.
And Callie, obviously, you've got to put some foods in here that kids will like. I'll be the kid. So I love cucumbers. I love fruit. I love cheese. Cheese is my weakness.
Well, yeah. No charcuterie board is okay without cheese on it.
That's right.
So do you find if you do this, maybe you'll trick them into trying something new?
I wouldn't say it's like tricking them. I would just say you're just exposing them.
It's treating them, tricking and treating. It's more the treat.
Last night, there you go. Last night we were with some friends and I had made these spiced apples and my daughter, up until that point, I had made them a couple times. She didn't really want to eat them. She would only eat the ice cream that I served them with, which was fine. It was like we made it a non-issue. Last night she ate it for the first time.
Look at that.
You know, so just exposing. So, you know, I might put something in here that I know they're not thrilled about, but maybe one day they want to play with it, or maybe one day at least they see it, they know it, they get more comfortable with it.
Well, kids, their taste buds change over and over and over again. So what I've found is sometimes on a Monday they don't like it, but by Saturday they are a new fan of that food. So it's all about just, like you said, presenting it to them, giving them that opportunity to sample it for themselves.
For sure, yeah.
And if they see their siblings, their older siblings or whatever, trying it, or mom and dad trying it, then obviously if it's there, if it's not even there, they can't try it. So put it in front of them.
And that's why kind of building those habits early on is important. So if we talk about kind of our last point, we think about just in general the role that dairy foods can play and just supporting those growing bodies. And parents can feel confident serving dairy foods alongside other important food groups, knowing that they're very nutrient rich. When you look at recommended servings or recommended amounts for kids, we know that you know, it's definitely great to talk about. Not great. You should talk about your pediatrician as you transition from that infancy into introducing dairy. But you know, by the age of 2, it's 2 to 2.5 servings for 2 to 3 years, and then by age 9, it's recommended they have 3 servings. But what we see is that kids get older, they start to fall short on those dairy recommendations. So as they get older, it's recommended 3 servings. They're only consuming about 2 servings at the age of 9, both boys and girls. So another fun idea to kind of get them more excited, older kids, what's trendy, maybe a smoothie bowl. So again, getting them mixed, it's kind of like the charcuterie board, but elevated. And so topping it with their own toppings.
Callie, can you stick around? Yeah. All right, I'm going to jump in. She is going to stick around and stay in the kitchen with us. We got to take a quick break.
In the meantime, if you want more information on this segment, just visit our show website, virginiathismorning.com. We hope you stay with us. Callie will be right back.
She's sticking around.
Okay.
Ending the show today with registered dietitian and nutritionist Callie Yakovician from the Dairy Alliance. And my goodness, we've created so many healthy snacks here.
Absolutely. And I think we both got the Clean Plate Award today.
I have a lot of these cute little toothpicks.
Yeah, but all the food's gone.
All the food is gone. I've finished my dairy and my fruits and veggies.
We're going to reload in just a second. Speaking of reloading, thank you for joining us today. We want to thank all our guests. We certainly appreciate you spending part of your time with us this morning. We'll be ready tomorrow morning.
Of course, our live show returns tomorrow. We can't wait to see you then. But, you know, we still want to talk a bit about this smoothie bowl here.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it before the break. But you can kind of customize it to your liking and get the kids interested in doing that.
For sure. I mean, I've got different like seeds and berries, of course, you can put on it. The base is milk and yogurt and frozen fruit. And you can find that on our website as well, thedairyalliance.com. But I mean, you could even put like a few chocolate chips on there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, you can get crazy.
Dangerously.
So what are these different little seeds you
Is
have
that chia
here?
seeds?
That's chia seed and flax seed. I like to kind of top some of my yogurts or smoothies and things like that with them. But yeah, you can put whatever you like. You could even put peanut butter. You know, peanut butter maybe is a little bit more like available, you know, in the grocery store. Yeah.
Protein. Yeah.
So, but it's a great way of showing, you know, pairing that plants and dairy together, which we know that most Americans are under consuming both plants and dairy foods like fruits and vegetables. Great option. And then one thing I did mention is just in general considering that lactose-free milk can be used in any of these recipes.
Fantastic.
Right?
Callie, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Always a pleasure. If you want to see this segment or any, just go to our website, virginiathismorning.com. We'll see you at 8:56 a.m. tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday, everybody.
More cheese, please.